Now, we have seen how we assign values to numeric variables, right? So when you say x equals 5, right, what you're doing is you're assigning the value of 5 to the variable x, right? Or y equals 3.14. You're assigning the value of 3.14 to y, okay? We have also seen how to assign values of, or rather string values to string variables, right? So when you say um, z equals high, okay, you're assigning the value high to the string variable z, okay? Now, we have seen that the fourth type, which is the Boolean type, when we assign values to the Boolean type, what we do is, let's say a equals true, right? Or a equals false, or rather b equals false, let's say, okay? B equals false. So that's the first type, which is assigning a value using literals, right? That's the first type. Now, as we know, there are multiple types, right? There are multiple ways in which you can assign a value to a variable. The first way is using literals. The second way is using a variable, right? So you can say a equals b, okay? That's the second type, is using a variable. So now a and b will contain the same value, which is false, right? Because b had false. Now you have assigned the value of b to a. So b was false. So a is also false now, right? So both of them are false. The third way is using expressions, right? So what you can do is you can save the result of a Boolean expression into a Boolean variable, right? So you can say things like a equals x equals 5. Okay, a equals x equals 5. This would mean if x is equal to 5, if the answer to this question is yes, a will store true, a will have the value true. If the answer to this question is no, x is not equal to 5, then it will have false. Okay, so you can actually use Boolean variables to store a true or false value, right, based on the result of some Boolean expression. Okay, so you can say things like, uh, x equals x equals true. Okay, this would mean if x is true, then x is true. I know it doesn't make sense, but you can, this is a perfectly valid assignment, okay? Or you could say things like, y equals y equals false, which means if the variable y is false, change it back to true. Okay, so you can actually store the result of a Boolean expression, which, as you know, is always either true or false, into a Boolean variable. Okay,